I want to tell you a story. A story about a man who lost almost everyone he loved, a man whose father abandoned him, whose best friend died, whose baby daughter never took a single breath, and whose girlfriend was killed in a car accident. A man who had every reason to become angry, bitter, and closed off from the world. But instead, he became one of the kindest, most generous, and most humble human beings on the planet. His name is Keanu Reeves, and his story will change how you think about pain, about kindness, and about what it truly means to be strong. Chapter 1: The Boy Who Was Left Behind. Keanu Charles Reeves was born on September 2, 1964, in Beirut, Lebanon. His mother, Patricia Taylor, was an English costume designer working in the entertainment industry. His father, Samuel Nowlin Reeves Jr., was from Hawaii and had a troubled past. When Keanu was just 3 years old, his father left the family. He simply walked away. Over the next few years, he appeared a handful of times, made promises he never kept, and then disappeared completely. By the time Keanu was 13, his father was gone for good. He never came back. Keanu has spoken about this very rarely, but when he has, his words are simple and honest. He has said that his father's absence left a wound that never fully healed. Not because he was angry, but because he never understood why. His mother remarried several times. The family moved constantly, from Beirut to Sydney, from Sydney to New York, and finally to Toronto, Canada. Keanu went to 4 different high schools. He struggled in the classroom. He had dyslexia, which made reading and writing difficult. He was not a bad student because he did not care. He was a struggling student because his brain worked differently. But he found something that made him feel alive: acting. On stage, he did not feel lost. He felt free. And he was good at it, very good. The lesson of this chapter is important. Being left behind by someone you love does not mean you are not worth loving. Sometimes the people who leave teach you the most about who you want to become. Chapter 2: The Young Actor. Keanu dropped out of high school and decided to pursue acting full-time. He worked in local theater productions in Toronto. He took small roles in Canadian television. He was hungry, focused, and willing to do whatever it took. In 1986, he moved to Los Angeles with nothing but a car and a dream. He got his first real break in a film called River's Edge. Then came the comedy Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure in 1989, which made him a household name. He played a lovable, goofy teenager, and audiences adored him. But Hollywood immediately put him in a box. They saw him as the funny guy, the surfer, the one who was not serious. Critics dismissed him. Industry people laughed at him behind his back. They said he could not act. They said he had no range. They said he was just a pretty face with no depth. Keanu heard all of it, and he did something remarkable. He did not fight back. He did not argue. He did not try to prove anyone wrong with words. He simply kept working. He took roles that challenged him. He studied. He trained. He let his work speak for itself. The lesson of this chapter is powerful. You do not need to shout to prove your worth. Sometimes the strongest response to doubt is silence and persistence. Chapter 3: The Losses That Broke Him. In the mid-1990s, Keanu Reeves was becoming a major star. He starred in Speed, which was a massive hit. He starred in Point Break. He was earning millions and working with the best directors in Hollywood. From the outside, his life looked perfect. But behind closed doors, Keanu was carrying unbearable pain. In 1993, his closest friend, River Phoenix, collapsed and died outside a nightclub in Los Angeles. River was only 23 years old. He and Keanu had been like brothers. They had dreamed about acting together, about making films that mattered. And in one night, that dream was gone forever. Keanu was devastated. He has said that losing River was like losing a part of himself. Then, in 1999, something even more devastating happened. Keanu and Jennifer Syme were expecting a baby girl. They named her Ava, but Ava was stillborn. She never took a breath. The grief was so deep that it destroyed their relationship. Keanu and Jennifer separated shortly after. And then, in April 2001, Jennifer Syme was killed in a car accident. She was only 28 years old. In the span of a few years, Keanu lost his best friend, his daughter, and the woman he loved. He was alone in a way that most people cannot even imagine. The lesson of this chapter is painful but true. Life does not distribute pain fairly. Some people carry more than others. But what defines you is not how much you carry, it is how you carry it. Chapter 4. The Quiet Strength. After these losses, the world expected Keanu Reeves to fall apart. Many people in his position would have turned to anger, to addiction, to isolation. But Keanu did something different. He kept going, quietly, gently, without asking for sympathy or attention. He did not do interviews about his pain. He did not write a book about his suffering. He did not use his story to gain pity. He simply lived. He showed up to work. He treated people with respect. He sat alone on park benches eating sandwiches, and when someone photographed him, the internet called him Sad Keanu. But he was not performing sadness for anyone. He was just being human. During this time, people began to notice something unusual about Keanu. He was extraordinarily kind, not in a loud public way, in a quiet, everyday way. He gave up his seat on the subway to strangers. He took massive pay cuts on films so that the production crew could be paid better. On the Matrix sequels, he reportedly gave away millions of dollars from his salary to the special effects and costume design teams. When asked about it, he simply said, "Money is the last thing I think about." He bought motorcycles for every stunt person on the Matrix because he wanted to thank them for risking their bodies. He did not announce it. He did not post about it. Someone else told the story years later. The lesson of this chapter is beautiful. True strength is not about being hard. It is about being kind when life has given you every reason not to be. Chapter 5. The One. In 1999, the same year he lost his daughter, Keanu Reeves starred in The Matrix. The film was a cultural earthquake. It changed cinema forever. The special effects, the philosophy, the action, nothing like it had ever been seen before. Keanu played Neo, a man who discovers that the world is not what it seems and that he has the power to change everything. The role required extreme physical training. Keanu trained for months in martial arts. He did many of his own stunts. He pushed his body to the limit. The Matrix earned over $460 million worldwide. It turned Keanu into one of the biggest stars on Earth. 2 sequels followed, and through it all, Keanu remained exactly who he was. He did not buy mansions or yachts. He did not surround himself with bodyguards and assistants. He rode the subway. He talked to fans. He lived simply. Years later, when people asked him how he handled fame, he gave an answer that tells you everything about who he is. He said, "I am just a guy. I put my pants on one leg at a time, just like everyone else." The lesson of this chapter is refreshing. Fame and success do not have to change who you are. You can reach the top of the world and still keep your feet on the ground. Chapter 6: The Comeback. After the Matrix trilogy ended, Keanu went through a quiet period. He made films that did not perform well at the box office. Critics continued to question his acting ability. Hollywood started to move on. Younger stars were taking the spotlight. Many people thought Keanu's best days were behind him. But in 2014, at the age of 49, Keanu released a film called John Wick. He played a retired assassin who comes out of hiding after someone takes the last thing he loves. The film was made on a modest budget. No one expected much from it. It became a sensation. Audiences loved it. The action was breathtaking. Keanu had trained extensively in martial arts, weapons handling, and tactical movement. He did almost all of his own stunts. At nearly 50 years old, he was outperforming action stars half his age. John Wick became a franchise that earned over $1 billion across 4 films. Keanu was back, not because the industry invited him back, because he earned it, through discipline, hard work, and an absolute refusal to quit. The lesson of this chapter is clear. It is never too late to start again. Age is not a limit. The only limit is deciding that you are done. Chapter 7: The Generous Heart. What makes Keanu Reeves truly special is not his films. It is how he lives when the cameras are off. He has never married. He has no children. He has experienced more loss than most people will ever know. And yet, every story about him is a story about kindness. A crew member on one of his films once shared that when the production went over budget and the studio wanted to cut staff, Keanu quietly reduced his own salary by several $1,000,000 to save their jobs. He did not tell anyone. The crew member only found out years later. He once stopped his car on a highway to help a woman whose car had broken down. He did not just call a tow truck. He waited with her, made sure she was safe, and made conversation until help arrived. She had no idea who he was. He regularly visits children's hospitals. He does not bring cameras. He does not bring a publicity team. He just shows up, talks to the children, and plays games with them. When someone once asked him, "What happens when we die?" he paused for a long time. Then he said, "I know that the ones who love us will miss us." That answer moved millions of people around the world. It was simple. It was honest. It was pure Keanu. The lesson of this chapter is timeless. Kindness is not weakness. Kindness in the face of suffering is the greatest strength a human being can show. Chapter 8: Why this story matters to you. You are here right now watching this video because something inside you is searching for something. Maybe it is hope. Maybe it is direction. Maybe it is proof that good people still exist in this world. Keanu Reeves did not become the person he is because life was easy. He became who he is because life was unbelievably hard, and he chose kindness anyway. He chose patience. He chose humility. He chose to show up for other people even when no one was showing up for him. So let me ask you something. When life hurts you, what do you become? Do you become harder? Do you close your heart? Do you push people away? Or do you let the pain teach you something? Do you let it make you softer, more understanding, more human? You have a choice every single day. You can carry your pain like a weapon, or you can carry it like a lesson. Keanu carried his like a lesson, and that is why the whole world loves him. Here's what you can do right now. Think about someone in your life who is going through a hard time. Send them a message today. Not a long message, just something simple. "I'm thinking about you. You are not alone. I believe in you." That's it. One small act of kindness. It costs you nothing, but it could mean everything to them. And then do it again. And again, make kindness your habit. Make it your identity. Not because people are watching, but because it is the right thing to do. The lesson of this chapter is the heart of this entire story. You do not need money, fame, or power to change someone's life. You just need to care. Chapter 9. Be the reason someone keeps going. Keanu Reeves has been through more pain than most people will ever understand. He lost his father. He lost his best friend. He lost his daughter. He lost the woman he loved. He was doubted, dismissed, and underestimated for decades. And through all of it, he remained kind. He remained generous. He remained human. He did not build walls around his heart. He kept it open. And that open heart is exactly what made the world fall in love with him. You have that same power inside you. The power to be kind when it's hard, the power to be gentle when the world is rough, the power to be the reason someone else keeps going. Do not let your pain turn you cold. Do not let your losses make you selfish. Do not let the cruelty of the world convince you that kindness is foolish. It is not foolish. It is the bravest thing you can do. Be the person who gives without expecting anything back. Be the person who listens when no one else will. Be the person who makes someone feel seen, even for just one moment. Your story is not over. The best chapters have not been written yet. I will see you in the next video.